and welcome for the love of food. Today we're going to be making a meal in our InstantPot. If you don't already have one of these babies, I'm not endorsing it for any kind of money or anything like that. I just want to tell you how much I love this thing. I'm going to today be making a whole meal, a pot roast, right in this InstantPot. And what I like about it is that I can go from sauteing right into my actual cooking of my meal. So some of the ingredients that we'll be using, and I'll be adding in a few more, will be olive oil, a beef chuck roast, which will be great for our pot roast, carrots, onions. I'm doing these little red bliss potatoes because they're easier to work with. I don't have to peel them. If you don't have these and you wanted to use white potatoes, that would be fine. Just make sure that they're small enough so that they will cook until tender. I'm also going to bring in some celery because I have it left over, and some bay leaves and peppercorn. I'm going to make sure that I salt down my meat really well once I get it into the InstantPot, or you could do this in advance. Either way is fine. I just wanted to make sure that it looked good enough for you. A couple of other ingredients that we will be adding in. We will be putting in a little bit of beef stock. If I don't have any on hand, I'm going to check my freezer to see if I have some. If not, I will just use the little bouillon stock cubes that Knorr's makes, and you've seen me use those before, but I'll bring it out and show you in just a little bit. And that will be because we need to have some liquid in here once we're done sauteing. So I will go ahead and I will prep this meat and get it in, and we'll come back and take a look at it sauteing in the InstantPot and show you the settings on that, and then we'll start adding in our other ingredients as we go. Great, looking forward to sharing this recipe with you. So here you can see we're browning our meat in the InstantPot, right? I'll try and get right over it so you can take a look. And you can see that it is actually just searing up that meat really nice. Let's see if I can get it from another angle. But what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to get a nice flavor coming out of that roast that we put inside the InstantPot. And don't worry about all these little bits. As long as they're not burning, we're going to be able to remove all those little bits. Those are going to be great flavor in our pot roast as well. So that's actually going to help us, not hurt us. All right, I'll be back in just a minute to add in the rest of the vegetables. Once we've gotten that meat to about the temperature that we want, and we feel that it's browned all the way around, then you'll see that we can go ahead and we can add in our carrots. And I like to put those on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and just put those in on the bottom. I'm going to drop them in here and then move them around because that pan is very hot. I'm going to put my carrots right there on the bottom. You can see. And then I'm going to drop in my celery and my onions. And notice I haven't put any water in this pan yet. Just going to go ahead and get everything I want in here. Doing this one-handed, so bear with me. And then I'll put my potatoes in last. I like those to go in on the top. Alright, I am ready to go ahead and add in my spices. Here's my bay leaf, my peppercorns. I've already salted up my meat quite nicely. I dropped in my garlic, and now I'm going to go ahead and put my water in, and then I'm going to put these little packets of the Knorr beef stock in there, only because I did not have any beef stock on hand. All right, I'll be back in just a minute to add in that water and the beef.